Hey there, my name is Dewey. I'm an off-roader. We make off-road trail guides here, but I know you guys aren't here for that. You're here for this awesome off-road camper. Let me get into it. Now, this is the product of a 2023 remodel, and we had 3 objectives with that remodel. One was to maintain its off-road ability. Second was to create a comfortable living office space. And third was to have extended off-the-grid capability. Now, I'm happy to report that I have been living in that for 1 month and 11 days, and I have not had to hook it up to any chargers or anything. I mean, I'll get into the power systems in this, but this thing is a beast.
Let it eat, let it eat.
All right, guys, I apologize for the mess. My original plan was to absolutely clean this thing up before doing a walk around, but figured why not just actually show it as it really is. Bought this camper, it was completely gutted, and went up and worked in Steamboat Springs with an air mattress and a propane heater. Dustin, who built this, and you can follow along with how the exterior and how the guts of this system, how this was built. You can follow along on Expedition Portal, Project Trailhopper. I'm gonna have a link in the description. Fast forward a little bit, me and my buddy Cotton, we built a rudimentary living situation. Essentially, we put the twin bed over on this side, and we had a little walkway there. Then an early season snowstorm happened, and my co-workers were absolutely, there's no way you're living in that camper. This ended up going into storage for about 2 years, and now in 2023, I told my buddy Zach I really wanted to try living in this thing again. I needed someone to help me really make this a comfortable living space, and that's where Zach came in. Zach was telling me, hey, I've wanted to work on campers for a while. He's been doing home remodeling, a whole bunch of stuff, but he's wanting to get into camper remodeling. And there is no one I'd rather trust than Zach. All right, so the interior of this camper was just basically the twin bed on that side, and it was completely opened to the outside. Now, what Zach did is he built these cabinets. He also built these walls and stained these walls, as well as doing the power system and everything. But I want to show you kind of the way that these cabinets work, because this is an off-road channel. We go off-road quite a bit, and we originally had secure latches, which are pretty good right there, but we knew we needed more. So Zach came up with this plan of using these little ratchet straps to keep it actually in the cabinet when I'm off-roading. And that was absolutely fantastic. But we also know, like, the sleeping compartment, that's easy. Most of these off-road campers, they just have a sleeping compartment in something this size. But I knew I needed something that I could work from. So Zach came up with this right here, and it's a desk setup. So easy, latches in. I can put my laptop on top, it's durable. And I have plugs right there, USB plugs right there, as well as a normal 120 volt down there. So if I need more power, I can easily do that. And we have switches right here for the inside, for the outside. And I am very happy. These are, well, I have them off right now. Great little lights. And, you know, we have a fantastic fan. That was in here before we even... that was in by Dustin on his Project Trailhopper, but this camper has been really awesome. All right, so here is the front of the camper. Now, it was completely unfinished. Hopefully I have some photos of what it looked like beforehand, but Zach ended up putting all this wood in here and making it look really good with the staining. He also put in these hooks for blankets and all this, and as well as plugs up here. I'm currently charging some drone batteries, so I'll show you where I'm at probably at the end of this video. And he created a little footboard right here. Now, I think he did an amazing job with this camper. The insulation was already pretty good on the camper by Dustin, but it's even better now. And I mean, it is hot out right now, and this camper is still pretty cool to be in. All right, so Zach created this interior storage for me that is more than ample. I have not resupplied on clothes in over a month, and that's why this is a mess right now, because I've been off-roading. I have winter clothes in here when I should have summer clothes in here, and once I get back to Grand Junction, I'm gonna completely just fix all of this. This is a Little John. I haven't had to use that yet because nature is awesome. But yeah, great under storage, more than enough. But before we move on, let me show you actually too, I don't know if you can see it, but this little bench that I'm sitting on right here. Now this is something that me and Cotton came up with, but you see how the entry to this is not very smooth. So we ended up putting this in there, and what Zach did is he stained it and make it more fit in with the way the camper's aesthetic is. But it's just a great little seat. I mean, it is definitely 10 to 15 degrees cooler in this camper right now. And we put in a 300 AH lithium battery, so I can actually drain it out, even though I am only at 80. I can only get it down to like 86 is the lowest. Now previously we had a AGM battery in it, and I killed it in this snow camping video we did, and you know, I just wanted to be able to actually snow camp with this camper. And so the red arc system's in here, you guys can see it right there. I'm going to put all the specs on there, and I mean, it's been an absolute great system. It has not let me down. I mean, it's just wild. And speaking of the electrical system, let's go to the roof next so I can show you the solar input that we have and why this thing is rarely ever below 100%. I'm sorry, I'm not the greatest walk around person. I like making trail guides, but this is the roof system right here. 400 watts of solar on this roof. And I mean, it is doing its job. It's even dirty right now from all the San Rafael dirt that has just been all over this camper lately. So this camper is definitely ready for extended off the grid travel. I know that was just the interior. Let's go look at the outside, because the outside is almost as cool as the interior. Zach had to make some changes. Now, this box was here originally, but one of the coolest things he did was take the diesel heater from inside where me and Cotton put it, and he put it in this box with the diesel heater. It's a lot safer, it's a lot better, and it's been working flawlessly when it was cold enough to need it. Now, we also had issues with just stability of the camper. So Zach went and got this trailer valet system right here, and it has been great. I actually usually just use that to stabilize the camper along with rocks and all that for safety reasons. He changed this out to a 7-pin connector. Now, it was a 4-pin beforehand, and that was because my JK only had a 4-pin connector, but the JL has a 7-pin, and Dustin did originally wire for a 7-pin, but Zach was able to get the cord where it actually reached the JL Wrangler. Now, another thing, this is what Dustin did with his original build, because Dustin was really focusing on an off-road build. So Dustin put in the Max coupler in there, and I have to say that Max coupler has been doing great. I mean, the stuff I've been able to take this camper on is all thanks to the 360-degree movement of that camper ball. I might have some images from some of the trail guides showing you like how it moves. The other thing that Zach did right here is he ended up putting these plugs in. He put in a 30 amp for me, even though I have not needed it, but the 30 amp is because I want to be in Steamboat Springs in the winter. So I just, you know, with winter, I wanted to have the opportunity to have power. Like I might actually get an RV spot in the winter just to kind of make this more livable in that cold environment. But what's been really clutch has been this 120 volt plug. Now, I originally envisioned that for like an AC unit with the awning room, which I didn't bring the well, I did bring the awning room, I just don't want to put it up. But I figured put an AC unit in the awning room will keep that cool and all that, but I haven't really needed it. Now, I'm sorry for the mess. I know I should have cleaned this stuff up, but Zach ended up putting in this water system in here, and it's a great water system. So it works by, you know, all into the power system. And I wanted removable water jugs. So Zach obliged and came up with this 2-tank system, 2 4-gallon tanks, and I can switch them out easily and use them. And that's plenty of water for me. Now, the same thing we've been discussing, we needed a better securement system for these shelves right here. So Zach's bike latch system, I just charge them up beforehand, and then all my stuff can stay nice and comfortable inside there. And it is a mess, but it's a mess because of me. This was a last minute change, and it was this mirror. And I don't care how I look, but I do need a mirror to put in contacts. I'm in the kitchen, and I didn't even tell you guys about this is why I'm a bad host. So we have these positive latches right here, which is hard to do with one hand. As I said, it's a mess. But using a camp stove, and the cool thing about this is that I can move this camp stove, I can put it up here and cook here, but Zach ended up putting this awesome table in, and at first I was like, what? Because it doesn't look that good on the outside, and I'm a YouTuber, I want, you know, the videos to look good. But this table has been clutched. It's plastic, it can deal with all the issues of junk that gets put on it and all that. So basically I move the camp kitchen out here, and usually we cook on this, and it's such a big table, it's nice, it works. Oh yeah, and if you guys want a camper built like mine, then be sure to contact Zach. His information is on the screen right now. He can absolutely build you an amazing camper like he did for me. But what I want to do now is I want to channel Drew from playing with sticks, and I want to do the 3 things I love about this camper and the 3 things that we're going to improve about this camper in its next upgrades. So all right guys, so I went on for 10 minutes on this. We need to cut that out, so let's get right into it. First thing I absolutely love about this camper is its off-road ability. I'm able to get this camper places that maybe you can't get other campers to, and I love that fact. This is an off-road camper. It's also my home, but it's a home that I can wake up to amazing viewpoints, and I absolutely love that. And we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in future trail guides. Now, this second thing I love about this camper is that this layout is more than just a bed. I have, you know, a bed here, but I have a workspace, and I like that. This is a small camper, and it is tough to get more than a bed setup in it, and I'm thrilled that we have it. But the most important thing, and the absolute #1 thing of why I love this camper, is the fact that 3 amazing people helped build me a home that is just so awesome. I mean, this thing is just incredible, and it would not be possible if it wasn't for the work of Dustin, Cotton, and Zach, who put this thing together to make an absolute beast of a camper. Now, in terms of things that I think we can improve, it's really hard because I love this camper, but the first thing is the redundancy. Right now, I can't use the tow vehicle's tires on the camper and vice versa. I want to be able to use, the tires of either vehicle to replace them if we have some kind of issue on the trail, which sometimes does happen. Now, I think I'm going to be fixing that because I am going to announce that the new tow vehicle for this camper is going to be the Jeep Liberty. I'm bringing it out here in June, and we're going to make sure that we have better redundancy with the tires. I'm going to be building the Liberty, so we'll kind of make it work, and that's just something that we will improve upon on there. Now, the second thing that I maybe don't absolutely love is that I can't fully stand up in this. I mean, I'm probably asking for too much by saying that because this is a small off-road camper and I am able to change in it, but it would be really nice to be able to fully stand up. Now, I have seen a camper that does allow that is small and off-road, is the Bean Squared concept. That thing looks awesome, but right now that's just a concept vehicle or concept camper. Third thing, and this one is very stupid, so you can laugh at me for this one. I absolutely love the off-road outside table, you know, its toughness, its ability to handle, you know, all the stuff that we put it up to. But I am an off-road YouTuber that makes trail guides, and right now it kind of looks like a plastic table on the outside of the camper, but I think that's a simple fix. We put a cover on it, something like that, and it just make it blend in to the camper a lot better. But that is really silly because the functionality of that table is so superior to its appearance that it really should not be an issue and shouldn't be on this list. All right, those were the 3 things that I think can be improved on the camper, and we will improve them. Right now, let me show you where I'm camped at. That has been one of the greatest things about this camper, is its ability to get places that, you know, you couldn't get other campers to. All right, isn't this spot just absolutely awesome? And it goes all the way around and even around the other side. This just is really awesome here. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this content. I am not the greatest host with this stuff. I'm trying to get better, but I hope you liked this off-road camper. If you have any questions about it, leave them down in the comments. If you like off-road camper content, leave me a like on this. That lets me know that this is content you guys like. But what we normally do here is we do off-road trail guides like this one. But if you want to see off-road trail guides with that off-road camper, hit that subscribe button because I have a ton coming up. Thanks guys, bye.